Hi, I'm Rob, and in this video we're going to talk about the increment, arguably the most important thing in Scrum. An increment is a concrete step toward the product goal. Each increment is additive to all prior increments and thoroughly verified to make sure that it works with all the other increments. In order to provide value, the increment must be usable.
What a piece of junk!
She'll make 0.5 past light speed.
Multiple increments may be created within a sprint. The sum of the increments is presented in the sprint review, thus supporting empiricism. However, an increment may be delivered to the stakeholders prior to the end of the sprint. The sprint review should never be considered a gate to releasing value.
I don't think so.
One more thing to note, work cannot be considered part of the increment unless it meets our definition of done. Now let's talk about that commitment, the definition of done. The definition of done is a formal description of the state of the increment when it meets the quality standards required for the product. The moment a product backlog item meets the definition of done, an increment is born. The definition of done creates transparency by providing everybody an understanding of what work was done as part of that increment. If a product backlog item does not meet the definition of done, it cannot be released, nor can it even be presented at a sprint review.
You shall not pass!
Instead, it returns to the product backlog for future consideration. If the definition of done is part of the standards of the organization, all Scrum teams must adhere to it at a minimum.
Ooh, yeah.
If the definition of done is not a standard for the organization, the Scrum team must create one appropriate for that product. Note, I said Scrum team, which includes product owner, Scrum master, and the developers. The developers are required to conform to the definition of done. Note, when you've got multiple Scrum teams working on the same product, there's still only one product owner, one product backlog, one product goal. There really should only be one definition of done that we all mutually comply with. If you've got any comments on the increment or the definition of done, feel free to leave those down below. We always like to answer those. And if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you want to subscribe, well, there's that button too, and feel free to hit that bell for notifications on the latest updates.